Let us discuss object-oriented paradigm. What is paradigm? The paradigm is the style of the program. The major objective of object-oriented approach is to eliminate the drawbacks of the procedural approach. Object-oriented programming allows us to decompose a problem into a number of entities called an object. Object is an entity. The object is a combination of data and the functions. So the object is an entity. We can call as object is a combination of data and the methods. The data is nothing but variables. In Java programming, the functions are calling as methods. Some of the features of the object-oriented paradigm are the program are divided into small parts. Those parts we are calling the objects. In object-oriented paradigm, the small parts we are calling the objects. The data is hidden and cannot be accessed by external functions. In object-oriented programming, one of the concept is there, that is the data hiding. If the data is hidden, the hidden data cannot be accessed by external functions. Objects may communicate with each other by using the methods. The next feature, if we want to add new data and methods can be easily added. It follows the bottom-up approach. The object-oriented programming follows the bottom-up approach and procedure-oriented programming follows the top-down approach. Let us see the basic concepts of the OOPs. We can call as general concepts of the OOPs also, and we can call as features of the OOPs. The basic concepts of the OOPs are heart of the Java programming language. Without all these features, the object-oriented programming is not there. What are the basic features of OOPs? Object, class, data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and message communication. The basic concepts of the OOPs are object, class, data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and message passing. Generally, the pillars of the object-oriented programming are data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. The object-oriented programming is mainly depends on these four concepts. These four are the important concepts in object-oriented programming language. So the first one is object. Object is an entity, and we can call as object is the real-time entities in an object-oriented system. They may represent a person, a pen, laptop, keyboard, mouse, and so on. Object is the physical entity. How to represent an object? Representation of an object. Object is a combination of data and methods. Here the person is the object. What are the properties of the person? Name is the person name and age. These two are the properties of the person. And what are the methods? How to represent an object? Object is a combination of data and methods. So examples for the object is pen, laptop, person, bank account and so on. Here the person is the object. What are the properties of the person? Name and age. These two are the data. Data is nothing but variables. And method. Here the methods are salary and the tax. Always the methods are represented with parentheses only. By using methods, we can call the variables. Next one is the class. The class is a collection of objects of similar type. The class is a collection of objects of similar type. Once a class has been defined, we can create any number of objects belongs to that class. A class is also called as logical entity. The object is the physical entity, the class is the logical entity. Now we will see some of the differences between class and the object. The differences between class and the object. Object is an instance of class. Class is a collection of objects, or class is a blueprint for an object. Object is a real world entity such as pen, laptop, mobile, person and so on. Class is a group of similar objects. Object is a physical entity. The class is the logical entity. It is mainly created with the help of new keyword. The object is creating with the help of new keyword. The class is declared with the help of the keyword is the class. Here the example class followed by student. The student is the name of the class. For this name of the class we are creating the object. So here the student is the name of the class. S1 is the object. With the help of new keyword we are creating the object S1. In object, if you are created object, automatically object allocates memory when it is created. In the class, it does not allocate memory when it is created. The next difference is we can create objects by using many ways. By using new keyword we can create the object, and by using instance of method we can create the object. By using clone method, by using factory method and by using deserialization we can create the object. But in class we are having only one way to define the class, that is by using class only. By using class keyword we are creating the class. Suppose the class is the fruit. Then what are the objects? The objects of the class are apple, banana, orange and so on. Suppose the class is mobile. Then the object of the mobile class are iPhone, Samsung, and so on. If you define one class, for that class we can create n number of objects. The next concept is data abstraction. The data abstraction is one of the concept of object oriented programming language. It refers to provide any essential information to the outside world and hiding their internal backgrounds. The data abstraction is one of the mechanism of object oriented programming language. It refers to provide only essential information to the outside world and hiding their background details. ఇప్పుడు మనం వాషింగ్ మిషన్ తీసుకుంటే వాషింగ్ మిషన్ బటన్ ప్రెస్ చేయడంగానే మనకి వాషింగ్ మిషన్ వర్క్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఆ బటన్లో మనకి ఏమేమైతే ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉందో ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఏమి మనం తెలుసుకోకుండా వర్క్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. అంటే మనకి ఆ లోపల ఉన్న ప్రోగ్రామ్ మొత్తాన్ని హైడ్ చేసి మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, వాషింగ్ మిషన్ని యూస్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం. నెక్స్ట్ ఎన్క్యాప్సులేషన్. Next concept, encapsulation. Encapsulation in Java is a mechanism of wrapping up of data and functions into single logical unit. The wrapping up of data and methods into single logical unit is nothing but class. In encapsulation, the variables of class will be hidden from other classes and can be accessed only through the methods of their current class. So here the data is the variables. In this class we discussed the concepts of the OOPs. The concepts of the OOPs are object, class, data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, message passing. In this class we discussed object, class, data abstraction, encapsulation. The remaining concepts we will discuss in next class. If you have any doubts, post the question in comment box. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you.